Let's start rolling right into this. Maybe in like not a creepy way.
Yeah, I'll have to do it with my wife in the room. You could be eating a box of Eggos every single day.
With maple syrup and bacon. Roll out of bed. I just comb my beard, brush my teeth.
I don't even do half of that. Kissing babies and signing checks.
Oh, writing checks.
Breaking necks. Breaking necks. Okay, bro.
Yeah, go down, bro.
You want to just start over again?
Let's do it all.
Okay.
Welcome to the PM&A podcast.
This episode is brought to you by our new sponsor, Wave Maker Brewery and Distillery. Wave Maker Brewery Distillery. Guys, right now it's COVID-19. Unfortunately, the brewery is closed, like the tap room's closed.
The tap room, yeah.
But not the actual brewery, guys. Go to the Wave Maker Instagram, give them a follow, give them a like, and then jump on their website, wavemakerbrewery.com, and guys, you can order beer. You can order beer for A, curbside pickup, and B, delivery. Boom.
What is curbside pickup? What's curbside pickup?
Curbside pickup is you order the beer, and you let them know you're going to come and pick it up instead of getting delivered. If you live in the area, so Wavemaker Brewery is from Cambridge, Ontario, but if you are in the greater Ontario, guys, you can get the beer shipped to your front door.
In Ontario?
In Ontario. All of Ontario.
No way.
Get the beer shipped. It's delicious. It's awesome. You won't regret it. Fill up those cups, guys, with that Wavemaker beer. What were you going to say, Ernie?
Can you go into the store and buy beer?
It's a curbside pickup only. You let them know that you're there. You come in, you grab the beer. That's it. You contact Wavemaker Brewery on their Instagram. You can get some more information. You can contact Scott, and he will let you know. But as you guys saw in the last podcast, Scott and Matt came on. We talked. We chatted. We wanted them to come on as a sponsor. They are our new sponsor. We are super excited because they make really good beer. Guys, we also
want just before all this nonsense happened too, right there?
Yep, all the nonsense, all the junkety junk COVID-19. Yeah. But now we're doing a new thing. Go to Wavemaker Brewery. Guys, we also want you to check out our buddy General Watson. He is a first-person shooter YouTube streamer. If you're not into video games, that's cool, but they're hilarious videos. They're fun to watch. They're only 5 to 10 minutes long. He does music. He does commentary. It's on YouTube. Check it out, General Watson. Hey, Ernie, it's really cool to watch.
Yeah, is he still doing the cinematography ones? Or
he does
no,
cinematography ones. He does music ones. He streams live now, well, obviously because he's working from home because of COVID-19. But he's streaming live. Yeah. It's a lot of fun to watch. Sometimes I jump on the chat and chat it up, chat. Sometimes I'm even playing. My gamer tag is BA Butter, so you want to check out that. We also have some other buddies that are playing on that. But yeah, guys, check out the YouTube thing. And John Watson is a really cool guy to watch. And he's always shouting us out. He's just such a rad guy.
Right on. Well, how is everybody doing? You cool cats and kittens.
Yeah, cool cats and kittens.
Cool cats and kittens. The rest of the world has shut down, but there's a lot of different places that have decided that, you know what, we're going to move on. We're going to keep moving forward. We're going to adapt, and we're going to change to the way things are changing. And kind of like us, Jeremy and I, we kind of thought about pulling the plug on this, but we're like, you know what? We're going to make a change. We're going to make things safe. We're going to keep going on, and we're going to make this train run on track as much as we can here.
We're not shutting down because of the COVID-19. We're set up. We got some new equipment. We're running it.
So just like us, there's a lot of different companies out there, like Wavemaker, our new sponsor, and a lot of other companies that have adapted to the times right now, and they have adapted to online deliveries, curbside deliveries, and online purchases, so where they can also get it through mail.
Like T-shirts and stuff.
Exactly, a whole bunch of different companies that we're doing for, and we're reaching out to those companies now, especially now that we know that we've got such an amazing community behind us, a great group of fans, listeners, podcast guests, all those guys. If you have any kind of product or service that you want to get out and you want it to be promoted, message us on the podcast Instagram account. You can also get a hold of us at our Gmail email account, which is the PMA podcast at gmail.com. We can throw that up on the link for this episode as well for you guys, so you can get a hold of us there. Reach out to us, let us know what you got, what you need to sell, and what you need from us, and we can work something out. So that way, the rest of the community, our podcast community, and people abroad as well, can get a hold of your product, and we can keep this train going until this train gets right back on track again.
That's right, guys. It's all about supporting local. It's all about supporting each other, especially in these times of hardship. Thanks a lot, guys. And what's up, Darryl Weibe, man? Thanks for coming out.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks,
How much do you make before taxes?
Yeah. How much do you make before taxes?
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just so people know that if they're just jumping and listening, we were just doing some chatter.
Hey, bro,
before.
ask me in a few months. Income taxes coming up, all that stuff. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait to let you know.
Can't wait to let us know how much you made after the coronavirus.
Right?
People are saying there's gonna be like an influx of like everybody just like, I gotta get everything I wanted to get done instantly. You think it's gonna happen?
Like a haircut and a tattoo.
Like people say
I
tattoos.
think people get haircuts first, though. I mean, I'm all for it. I started tattooing during the recession.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing my apprenticeship and stuff like that, and at that time, I remember being like, "Oh shit! Like, how's this gonna go?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, people, but it's not like it's back in the day. I think I had this conversation with my grandparents. Back in the day, people take, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not making a lot of money, people aren't spending money. But now these days, people are different. They got time. It's more if they have the time. Yeah. So when people have time, they don't care. Yeah, I check whatever it is. You know what I mean? They're still in the door.
So Darryl, before we get too deep into this, introduce yourself to everybody, who you are and where you work.
Yeah. My name's Darryl Weibe. I own and operate LM Studios in downtown Kitchener, Ontario. It's a tattoo shop, Luz Marina Studios.
Right downtown.
By the market.
Yeah, it's right down there, man.
How do you pronounce the name of the place you're at? Is it Luz Marina?
Luz. L-U-Z. So loose, like a loose shoestring. Luz Marina. Which is translates to marine light. It's my business partner's mother's name.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
essentially lighthouse.
Nice, man. That's a really nice name. I've driven by it and I visited underneath there, and I've got some gift certificates off you before, but I didn't realize that was where it came from. That's a really cool name. So, how long have you been tattooing for? So you were saying, so the recession was in 2008. Did you start 2008?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, so I was doing my apprenticeship, and then I've been tattooing full time for 10 years now.
Whoa.
Have you always been in this area?
I have. Yeah, I grew up kind of like Baden area, New Hamburg, that area out in the country a little bit, and then moved into town here, did my apprenticeship. I've actually always, every shop that I've been at or owned has been on the east end of King Street, so.
You don't have to name the shop, but where I got tattooed by you the first time, is that where you did your apprenticeship?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. And
yeah.
then you decided to kind of start your own thing, do your own business.
Yeah.
Cool. Have you always been doing the same style that you've been doing now? Like I see your artwork, and it just like, not to say that you were ever bad, but like when I see your artwork, it's just like boom, like you were just like, it's like crazy, amazing realism. Is that what it's called, realism?
Yeah, that's what I focus on now. I guess more like a high contrast, black and gray realism, and lettering. I think it's good to stay sharp in everything. So, or at least, you know what I mean? At least know the fundamentals of those things. That's what right now, what I prefer doing is that, but I mean, I still do color tattoos. I'll still do, like traditional stuff if somebody asks for stuff like that.
What did you start out doing? Like, what was your
I started off, I was in a street shop, so it was, you weren't supposed to just, you know what I mean, say I'm only doing one thing. You learn everything, right? So you start with the traditional style tattooing, drawing simple, bold lines, bold color.
So were you always into art, even as like a kid?
Yeah. It was graffiti that brought me into tattooing.
Really?
Yeah.
So you would always did you go out and tag stuff?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready graph doing it.
Here it comes.
Allegedly.
You get all that? You get all that?
Yeah. And as a kid, I used to draw cars all the time. All my uncles had like old muscle cars and stuff like that. So growing up in the country, I would just like chill in a lawn chair and draw your car for the 15th time. You go home with another picture of your fucking car from the same angle. The 3/4 angle, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, man. So did you take a lot of art classes in school, like, or did you just like not? Did you just hate school and just do art? What were you up like? What were your interests?
My education for my art education was super rad. I had a high school teacher that was all about thinking outside the box. You know what I mean? Like, just demonstrate what I showed you that you were here in class and whatnot. But like from there on, whatever you make is, if it's outside the box, it's cool. So I got to have that experience, and because I was graded on just going outside the box and enjoying art, it was wicked for me. But I had 1 year with a teacher that, you know what I mean, stuck to the guidelines and was all about how to do, you know what I mean, you got to do it this way, and then you're graded based on that. That didn't work for me the same.
Yeah.
So is this all you've ever done, or did you have any other jobs for tattooing?
Yeah, I did a co-op. Well, I did Tim Hortons for years in high school. I did a co-op. When I did co-op program at a high school, I started at a sign shop, which was super rad because I learned about sign painting. That's where I met a buddy of mine who got me into painting graph and stuff like that. But inside the shop was a mixture of woodworking, like fine sign painting, and other artists that just have various, I guess, a variety of different things that they do. Mm-hmm. One dude was making like chainmail and stuff like that, or
oh no
I don't
way.
know if I said that right. chainmail.
What?
Like the like knights.
Yeah, I know what chainmail is. I just think it's hilarious.
Yeah, okay, I said it right. The dude would make them by hand, and it was wicked.
Oh.
You kept him down at the Multicultural Festival.
Yeah.
Just wearing, like, it took him forever to make it, but man, this dude was on point with it. So I got to see a little bit of everything. You kind of learn from there. You know what I mean? You pick up on the things that you like, and yeah.
That's cool. So being downtown, do you get a lot of like, what's like the craziest thing people have asked you to tattoo? Maybe that's a 2-part question. What is the craziest thing people have tattooed, as in like the subject, and B, what's the craziest spot someone's tattooed you've been asked to tattoo, like body wise?
I don't know, man. Those don't start at a normal fee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I've like usually by the time somebody brings it up, and then you talk them through what it's going to cost and how these things heal, and you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. They're not as serious about it. So I don't really have anything overly outrageous that I've tattooed.
Yeah.
Body part wise.
You did that really cool. It was I think it was an F on the side of that girl's head. You did an amazing job. Like, that was a beautiful tattoo, but it's like a crazy spot. Is that girl a tattoo artist, or was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, she's a tattooer out on the West Coast on Vancouver Island.
Okay.
Campbell River, I believe.
Yeah, it was really bold, man. That was really, like, I remember seeing that and sitting at the Ernie, I'm like, whoa, like, that's so out there. That's so crazy.
I like tattooing faces.
You do?
I do. People sit extremely well for an area like that, you know. And
what? I would say that'd be like brutal.
You're pretty light-handed though too. That does help.
Hopefully, if it's going in the skin, it's going in the skin, right?
Yeah. Was that at a convention?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were at the Edmonton convention.
Mm-hmm.
So did you have that booked already before you got there?
No, I did that one at the Airbnb.
Oh wow.
No, she was one of the artists.
Just in a phone booth, you know.
Yeah, she was one of the artists working with us. We had a line, I think probably about 6 booths. And she had mentioned to me during the show, like, I'd like to do, you know, I want you to do this F on my face. And I'm like, cool, you know, I love tattooing letters. I love tattooing faces. I'm down. I said, like, I'm down to do it. You know what I mean? Even if you just want to do it at the Airbnb, after everybody's done, you work your day, I'll work my day. You know what I mean? That convention things stay pretty busy. So usually, if you want to be shutting her down, taking on clients till, you know what I mean, they're stripping your booth down, people are into it. So I just said that kind of right from the beginning. I said, we'll meet up after and rock that one for you.
Yeah, it's a really
Yeah, because I know you pretty much have those conventions booked before you get down there sometimes, right?
Yeah, or
Really?
at least try to, or have a good idea of how much time you have to go there. But yeah, that one went on until like I think we probably finished that one around like 3 a.m. something like that.
Wow, I didn't
Jesus.
realize you book tattoos before conventions. I thought people just would do like not like a walk-in kind of idea where people walk up to your thing and like book a time.
There's both. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You can, yeah. There's tons of dudes doing walk-ups, and then you know you got people that book their whole week up or their weekend up and they're good to go too.
Yeah.
It depends on the style of stuff that you're doing too.
Why is that?
I mean? So for like walk-ups and things like that, that's good. That's good for somebody who likes doing lettering.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of dudes that do drawing lettering, and not just that. That's good for somebody just trying to get a name out there. You got small, easy flash ideas, and you can just kind of bang them out, right? Or you know what I mean, medium-sized pieces. I guess people would call them stuff that you get done in a half a day or however long I guess it's going to take you. But then you got dudes that are doing big competition pieces.
Oh.
You'll see cats out there doing back-to-back sessions. They'll do all weekend sessions, and then sometimes they got even more than one artist working on them. So you got a design laid out, you got a side laid out. You know that this dude is flying in from wherever, tattooing you, and potentially you're flying in from wherever as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot more planning to that. You know, somebody's not going to get an entire back piece ready for you,
Yeah.
and then sit at the convention for 3 days because you didn't show, right? So
Seems like conventions are a cool way to get tattooed by someone that you can't usually get tattooed by. Would you agree with that?
yeah,
Like you could
I
just be
think
like
so.
you could just like I feel like I hear a lot of people going to conventions, and it's like I don't know. I guess you could just book into their shop, but it just yeah, that's pretty crazy. And it's how so. Do you usually go to the same couple conventions, or you just go to like one?
I got out there and tried to do everyone that I could in Canada
Whoa.
just to kind of see what's going on. You know what I mean? Some are busier than others. Some places people are, you know what I mean, knocking down the door to get tattooed, and some it's a little more chill. So getting out there and getting to meet people, and then you establish a bit of a base or just people that you get to know from visiting. It works all right to. I don't even think I answered your question, man.
No, it's okay. I was just like it just seemed the way that you worded it. It just seemed like a cool opportunity to people if they walk up and they just see this person doing this amazing tattoo, and they go, "Whoa, I love that style. I love the way they're doing it." They kind of like meet a new tattoo artist and then get tattooed by them because they kind of meet them or see them at the convention and they do have those walk ups. That's all I was saying. Seems like a good opportunity.
Yes. It is. You'll notice a lot of people at these shows too. They walk up, they'll be like, "Oh, I like your work. Where are you from?" And I'll be like, you know, like say it was the Edmonton show or something like that. "Oh, I like your work." I'm like, "Oh, I'm from Kitchener, Ontario." You know, just maybe not even an hour outside of Toronto. Wherever, like, "Oh yeah, sweet. I'm looking for somebody in the area to do some work for me." You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah, and you're just kind of like, "Well, man, I mean, yeah, there's going to be a lot of artists from your area here, but." You came to
a convention.
Yeah, there's people from all over the world here.
What?
Like they're using it as like a one-stop shop to find. You know what I mean? It's fine. It takes all kinds of people.
Yeah, it's like, so what would it take for you to move to where I do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for my tattoo.
Yeah. That doesn't really work for me. So what can you do for me?
I know, and I'm here for the weekend. What can you know? What? I gotta think.
Hit me up in the Airbnb later. Let's go.
Yeah.
You got $2,000? You got $2,000? Man. So
are they a really good place to see like all the different styles that are coming out, like newer things that are more popular? Is that a good place for that?
Yeah, it's a good place to see anything and everything tattoo related. They make it family friendly. Usually they have a Friday night that's like just for adults hanging out, you know what I mean? And what it is really just people walking up and down the aisles with a beer, right? You're not confined to the drinking area.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But like the Saturday, Sunday, they'll have fire shows, or throughout the day they always have different large, small, medium, black and gray, color, realism. They'll have all kinds of different categories, stuff like that. So there's always something to see. There's vendors of all kinds, oddities, stuff like that.
What was the last one that you went to?
What did we do? I did London, Ontario, back in the summer.
How long was that one? Does the whole weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, they're usually a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Is there like a certain shop that puts that on, or is it just like a venue and you guys all just rent a booth?
Sometimes it's shots. Sometimes it's some people just run the shows full time, like kind of year round, or they do a bunch of different shows in the around Canada or in the States or whichever.
So,
Because I know that it's okay. So like I know, like, just from when Jeremy got tattooed, like when he first got his first like serious one done from
they're all serious. What are you talking about?
No, mine, the first
If they
couple
stay
that I
there
got
serious.
were-
Yeah, they're not part time.
Yeah, I don't know. The first couple that I got, I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah, I gotta get one
Jeremy's
covered
like,
up.
when you get a tattoo, research it so you're not going, maybe I can get it covered up later. Like, find something you're gonna like by somebody that is really good at what they do. So then I first initially found you after I had got one done from another guy that worked in the same shop you did, because I had researched into, I wanted that graffiti piece done by you, that first one there with Chloe's name, and I couldn't believe that you were the guy that did the graffiti on the side of the building too, right?
Yeah.
On the side of the building.
Wow.
So have you had a lot of that where it's just kind of like, hey, I found like graffiti wise, let's just go with that for now, like graffiti wise, to come out and say, you know, hey, I really like your graffiti style, and then give you, like, I didn't even give you what I want. I normally like kind of give you what I want and say, this is kind of what I'm shooting for. I just gave you a style, told you the name I wanted, and then just said, I want to see what you can do.
Yeah.
That seems.
What's the question? Sorry.
Sorry, have you been commissioned to do stuff like that before, like with graffiti tattooing?
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't have a overly large portfolio of graffiti work. I guess at the shop, I have more a few canvas style pieces and things like that. But as for like the like strictly graffiti style pieces, I don't know. I guess I don't. Yeah, we don't have a lot of that at the shop anymore. The older shop having the side of the building painted up usually.
Yeah,
a little bit more promotion for that style. So,
but your calligraphy is just top friggin' notch, man. Like it's like, from any stuff that I see on Instagram, I still go back. Anybody that's looking for like names and stuff, I'm just like, I got a guy. Holy shit, do I have a guy?
Yeah, it's seriously like, I don't have anything on me calligraphy wise, and if I was like gonna get it done, Ernie's always like, this is where you're going. I'm like, yeah, I agree. Darryl does a really good job. You're earning it, man. So just bouncing off of that, finding clients finding you. Are you finding Instagram being like the best place people find your work and then hit you up for like appointments and stuff? Like, what do you think about that?
It's great. I use it as a tool myself, just for inspiration, right? Like back when I started apprenticing in tattooing, you had to go, like, somebody would have a website, right? The big deal is to have a website. But I mean, like, when would they update that? At the most every 6 months, a year. You know what I mean? How hard it is to keep on top of doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when Instagram came out, I was getting my chest done, and the artist I was doing was like, "You on Instagram yet?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Man," he's like, "You can see your favorite tattooer, what he draws and what he tattoos every day."
Which is crazy, right?
And that, like, yeah, for sure. I got it right away, and and it was super cool to get to see, you know what I mean, in progress pieces, things that weren't, you know what I mean. Other than that, you would just be checking them online, you know. And the other way around too. It's great for networking with people and seeing what's all going on out there. And you can go down the rabbit hole of shit and hack and stuff like that. But everything's got that, you know.
Did you have books? How long
did you reference have books?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You never stop collecting those.
So you're always
Did you like stuff like you were doing, right? Like books in at like your shop where it would be just like this is your list of stuff. Like how often would you actually update that?
like your flash
Oh,
books.
like a portfolio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You try to do that yearly. I mean, like if it usually sparks. You do something really rad that you're excited. You're like, that's got to make it in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Then you start going through old photos and trying to get things like that ready. I try to stay on top of that more often now because it is an all-day thing to get one of those together. If you don't stay updating on that, by the time I sift through the pictures that I like, and then even if I find something that I like, isn't even a good photo of it, and kind of like then you go down to the print shop, you get them to print it up, and it's never the same as on the screen.
Mm-hmm. So you've owned your own shop. So you've been tattooing for 10 years, and you've owned your own shop for, did you say 5 years?
Yeah.
So with owning your own shop, why do you feel like why do you want to work for yourself instead of work for other people, like for yourself? Not to get into it, I know you don't want to talk about if like something happened, but like
No, not at all. It's a good question. I like dealing with my clients one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
I like that if there's something that's fucked up with, like, if I don't have the information, it's my fault.
yeah,
I like having that on me. I don't, you know what I mean? And I like being able to, double back and check and hit somebody up and be like, ask those questions. You walk into a shop where somebody's booking you appointments. Some days it's a mystery. You don't know what's going to be until, like, you know what I mean? If you don't have the information, you just don't have the information. You can call the client that day, or you can call them days out and start asking, you know what I mean, more so about it. But if you're not one-on-one with your client, where's that information going?
yeah.
And I think people appreciate it more too.
Exactly. I was going to say that. I feel like when I get tattooed, I get a lot of my stuff done by Bry Sims. Like, I get Bry to do a lot of my stuff. And even since I first met him, I found, like, when I went to Thrive originally, there was that front-end shop kind of deal where they book you in and stuff. But, it was kind of like, well, who do I get tattooed by? I'm like, they're like, well, what do you want to get tattooed? This is what I didn't really know anything too much. They're like, well, you could go with this guy. I said, okay, that sounds pretty cool. But it wasn't until I met him. And then now that I know the process, because I've had a bunch of tattoos, the process for me is like I won't get tattooed by somebody A, I've never met, or B, really haven't talked to for like 2 seconds, like, or I don't know any of their stuff. Like I don't know. For me, it's like a vibe thing where I gotta get tattooed by somebody that I think's cool. Really, that's like all it comes down to. You know what I mean? Like there's no parameters. Like I've met some people, like I know people that are tattoo artists, and I'm like, there's no way I'd get tattooed by you. Because I don't think you're cool. Like, I think you're kind of a jerk, and I don't want to sit there and we don't talk, or we don't make jokes and laugh. Like, I feel like that's totally a thing. I don't know, Ernie, if you agree with that. Like, no, yeah, well, your tattoo artist Daryl's right here, so yeah.
Man, I don't want to sit in pain, in for any amount of time and give my hard-earned money to somebody who fucking sucks to be around, man. You know.
Yeah. So who do you like to get tattooed by? Do you like what's that process with you now? Like your buddies, like just people you look up to, like.
Yeah, there's people in the area that are friends of mine, and I've gotten a bunch of work from them over the last 8 years. I've done more traveling to get tattooed, so I get on like a waiting list and start a larger project with somebody. Mm-hmm. So. Like I said, at about the convention, sometimes they're flying in and you're flying in too, to get work done, and those are they're really awesome experiences. And like you were saying, you don't really get a chance to get to know these people before you show up. Thankfully, all the cats that I've traveled a large distance for to get work from, super rad, super cool cats. You know what I mean? But yeah, I can imagine doing a full day session with somebody you fly in the night before, and then you go. Douchebag,
kind of ceiling tiles,
I don't.
How far have you flown to get a tattoo? Where's the farthest you've gone?
I've gone to San Diego a few times.
Wow.
So,
what were you getting done there?
I got some work by Justin Hartman and some work by Flops. Justin Hartman does, I guess what
I've seen him on Instagram, actually. I think.
Yeah, man, he did my lower arm here.
Oh, that's beautiful. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also a larger piece on my thigh. He rocked those, and I did not back-to-back days with him, but I got tattooed with him, and then I went and got some lettering done by Flops. I did that both times I went down there. And then I met him one more time in Montreal to get tattooed, and then I went one time to New York to finish up a part of my list.
Wow.
Do you like getting tattooed?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask.
I hate it too.
Man.
Oh, I hate it so much.
They don't get easier. They never get easier.
Oh my gosh.
And I got a full back and ribs to go still. I'm just trying to get somebody that wants to, or the people that I want to have working on my back. I just put that in work.
That's nuts.
Do you have an idea what you want done?
Yeah. And the dude that I want to do is not even taking on backs.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
How long do you think the piece will take? To, like, you knowing how long that stuff would take. How long do you think the piece would take to do, like, the one that you want?
Like on a back could be.
It's like 8 sessions.
I'd say five to 8 sessions, and then it just depends on the subject matter and what you're doing. You know what I mean? So it's hard to call it. It's eye contrast, black and gray, realism. So
what are you gonna do? You're like a collage or like one big photo of something or?
Yeah, I think and usually the proper way to do it, it'll be the butt cheeks as well. So butt and full back, possibly one of the ribs as well. But that's.
Man,
I'm not excited about it. You know.
But I think there's something to that though. When you get stoked to get a tattoo, that pushes you past, I think, the pain. For me, anyway. Like I've got both tops of my hands done, and like even my fingers and stuff. And just knowing, A, I got to go hang out with the tattoo artist that I wanted to hang out with, and B, I really was stoked to get them done. It pushed me through it to be like, this is gonna be awesome at the end. I know the feeling.
Yep.
I know it's gonna suck. I know it's gonna be like. This is like, I remember Brian was like, this is going to suck. Just, this is going to suck. I'm like, yeah, I know. So.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. When there's light at the end of the tunnel, when it's something like a back, or even like, I remember feeling this way with my chest, like getting my chest done. Like laying there, trying to get as far as you can through a full day, knowing that you still have another full day to do. And then just to get you to the point where maybe next time you don't have another full day. I remember sitting there for like doing 6 hours on my chest. The dude fucking stretched me out like a drum.
Oh.
And just watching everybody get up with their small little tattoos, like come in, sit down, get a quick tattoo, and then pop up. Oh my God, I love it, and get to go home and just sit.
You're like, fucked my life.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's definitely part of it. It's like a love-hate relationship. I feel like I'm almost done. I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore because it hurts too much. I feel like maybe when we were in our 20s or something, did it not hurt as much? I don't know. Maybe
it's the excitement. I think what it is, the excitement for people when they want to get tattooed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then once you've gotten tattooed a bunch of times, you're like, oh fuck! Like I still got to heal it. You know what I mean? The healing isn't always that comfortable either. And once it's healed and on there, boom, good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, when's the next one?
When I was younger, I was like, I'm gonna get covered, man. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'll sit for it. I'll get it done. Now I'm not into it.
Maybe not.
I used to have those stories. You tell people, be like, yeah, man, this one I sat for 6 hours. Yeah, man, I said. Now I look at people's tattoos and go, ooh, I know how much that hurts. He's like, yeah, I was there for a while. Like, it's not even cool anymore. Like, I don't care. I got a couple pieces that I was like a 10-hour one split in half, and like, but I'm like, it just hurts. It's just not fun. It's not fun. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care how long your tattoo took. I just doesn't look,
I just kind of find it satisfying.
Go ahead, Rain.
What's that?
No. I was just gonna say I found it satisfying because I know the tiger that I had you do. This guy here, I had that on 4 cell phones I had all the way from high school because I'm like, I want this tiger. And then as soon as I started going to you for a lot of my stuff, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this tiger. And I know you had drawn something up for me, and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of stuck on this one. And I knew again it was gonna suck diddly uck. But I'm like, I'm gonna be so satisfied when it does because I like Jared says, you're in good hands. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. I don't care how much it hurts. I want to get this done.
Yeah, but you got an already the arm. That's not even that bad. Like the back of your leg's way worse.
I'm not touching the back of my leg ever again.
Oh my god, that's the worst pain I've ever been in my life. The back of the leg. I was like, I had to go to a special place for like maybe about 2.5 hours, and I was just like, this just hurts. All of it hurts. It's not just like I'm bad for line work. I do terrible. I hate line work. Once the shading and stuff gets in, I'm good. I can just sit back and like everything just kind of numbs. But the line work for me, the back of my leg, the whole thing felt like line work. The whole thing. It wasn't like it just went away. It was like, oh, just that burn. Bad. It was bad.
Sharp, hot.
Yeah. Bry said the word he says it's spicy. That's the word he says.
Yeah, I've been in some spicy situations for sure.
Yeah, man.
Because you have your head done, don't you?
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Well, I got a hairline in the back of my head. This is one of the ones I went to San Diego for.
Oh, cool.
Lettering guy named Flock is super rad. And then I've got a larger, just a single letter on the back of my head that another dude from Toronto here did. So.
Mm-hmm.
How did your head feel?
The front here, was super easy actually.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, and like if you drag your fingernail across that area, of your crown, I guess, it seems like it would be awful. And I thought I was gonna die. Thankfully, it was pretty smooth. The back of my head, fucked. It was not awesome.
Well, it's your spinal cord's right there. Jesus.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, and the back part, it's not great. I mean, and it's tough skin to work on, right? That the neck skin. So I mean, somebody's got to stretch you out, and it's an uncomfortable position. I told the dude, I made sure I thanked him a bunch of times, man, because I know working on that area is difficult. When you know what it's like to work on an area for somebody, and then versus having somebody do it for you. Yeah, the appreciation's there because that's an area that I'm not that stoked to work on when people ask me to do it. Oh, fuck, that's back. That sounds back-breaking. I gotta be hunched over half the time, stretching the shit out of the back of your head. Well, you don't want me to.
Oh, God. So, let's...
Jeremy?
Yeah, I was gonna say. We're gonna stop it, and then I'll just sing you another one.
That was 35. That was half an hour.
All right.
Okay, hang on. I'll send you another one right away. Just 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, I just sent it to his Instagram.
Yeah, you're just keeping it recording, right?
Yep, of course. Yeah.
I don't know if you can hit pause. I don't know.
You don't think what?
I don't know if you can hit pause. I don't know what that would do. I don't want to try it.
Maybe I don't know if he went through your link or my link. You might want to send it to him through your Instagram. Because like he knows you more than he knows me. So.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Murphy's Law added me to their story.
Yeah, I saw that. Just be careful where your microphone is. You're sounding a little bit louder than you were before.
I'm louder right now?
Keep talking.
Seriously, I'm louder than I was?
No, you're good.
There we go.
Check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
I didn't know that that's a thing where it's harder to tattoo places for you guys as a tattoo artist. That's a thing? I didn't know that.
Yeah, everybody's different. Everybody's body's different. Everybody's skin is different.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, different areas. There's other different areas of the body that get more sun, right? And those are harder, toughened areas of skin.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I had no idea that was a thing. So is the neck's the hardest part? The back of the neck?
Well, everybody's got
sorry.
I guess a preference.
Everybody's different.
For me, working on the back of the neck for somebody in that area is difficult. Usually have them, you know what I mean? They got to be looking down the whole time, and they're kind of like sitting, you're almost kind of straddling a chair. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of easy ways or even comfortable ways to put somebody in, regardless of how hard you got to stretch or how shitty it is to the area. Even just having somebody in a comfortable position makes a difference.
So they can't really sit like that for too long, though, can they? Like they're gonna always have to be moving, right?
Yeah, shit. Yeah.
So you're like, and usually you tell people you like tuck your chin in and look down, right? Because it helps with the stretch. But I mean, how long are you going to tuck your chin in when somebody's scratching and poking the back of your neck, right?
You're gonna want to hug, yeah.
And then like at the same point, you're stretching, you're pushing on. So it's all very.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Sign me up.
Yeah, great. Yeah, for sure. We'll do part 2, or the back of Ernie's neck.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. So I know, for me, even with like when I'm doing like, I can't remember, was the front of my leg. I have to sit a certain way because sometimes I get like almost like a phantom kick. My leg feels like it's gonna kick. It doesn't move, but it's almost like I can feel like I'm literally holding my leg because I feel like it's gonna kick by itself and I can't control it. It's probably like that with the neck, right? Like that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be brutal. That'd be really brutal. So when you were saying you were, I had a friend of mine getting his chest tattooed, and he said that idea, I never thought of that he had to be like stretched out, like he had to sit a certain way to get his chest done. He couldn't just like hunch over. So they actually had to like keep you like stretched so it's easier to tattoo, like on the chest.
Yeah. Yeah, stretching, and you're right in somebody's face. You're doing like chest back or something like that. Like there's a lot of times you got to tell people to look the other way, right? Because they're usually just breathing their own breath right in your mouth, and it's the fucking most unsettling.
I hope you brush your teeth today, bro.
Don't look me in the eyes, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all good times there.
So with the Instagram stuff, people obviously know the style that you tattoo. Do you find that people are pretty consistent with the style that they bring you in maybe in the last like 2 or 3 years, or is it still all over the place for style wise?
Still all over the place.
Really?
Yeah. God bless your friends and people who recommend you, but they're happy with their work, which is I'm so glad that they are. They recommend you without looking at what their friends want. They'll still hit you up about doing anything and everything. Mm-hmm. And it's good to be able to give that to people too. I think it's as much as I prefer to do some things a lot of the time, still having somebody give your name out and give you a positive review about what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Still got to try to keep those people happy, I think.
So
I know I handed your card out to somebody I bought a car from. So there you go.
You did?
Wicked, man.
Yeah.
Wow. We're all about
they were
that.
looking at getting some name done. They're like, I don't want to walk. I don't want to go too far. And I'm like, well, it's just around the corner.
Yeah. Someone was asking me. I need like my sister-in-law actually was looking into getting a realistic rose done, and I was like, dude, I got the guy. I know the guy, right? I know, like, you don't have to drive anywhere.
I love roses.
He's not he's not a weirdo. Mm-hmm. Like, just go there and do it. And she's just one of those people that's takes a long time to make a decision. And I'm like, just go. But like, I feel like when you're first getting a tattoo, like you were saying before, once you get a couple tattoos, you kind of know what's going on. But that first tattoo is so scary. Like people are just freaking out. Like how often are you tattooing new? Like is that like a thing now that you do? A lot of people that don't have any tattoos, they just like how many have you done like that, where it's like their first tattoo?
It's that still happens weekly.
No way. That's crazy.
Weekly, I'm gonna say, or I'm gonna say like a couple times a month. You still got that first timer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean
Where do
that's
they usually get
that's
it?
on me to do a good job and make them happy. You know what I mean? Because like that's their first tattoo experience.
Yeah.
So like if I fuck that up, you fuck that up for everybody that deals with my. You know what I mean? Like that whole thing. And I like because I've had to talk people down off that ledge because it's like, oh, you know me, I'm seeing you work with this guy. You know, you did really kind of did wrong by me. Oh, you know what I mean? And
Oh yeah.
so sometimes that's the most fun part. It's just, you know what I mean? Just showing people that it is cool. And those first tattoos always have a lot of meaning.
Yeah.
Rarely people are just getting, you know what I mean, those fun ones right away. Like you said, it takes a couple tattoos to get comfortable into it.
Yeah.
At which point then you start seeing things and you're like, I get that,
Yep.
you know. But usually those first couple tattoos have a lot of meaning and a ton of sentimental value.
Yeah.
And thought over and mulled over forever. So, and I got to remember what that was like my first time getting a tattoo, sitting down with somebody like.
Mine was scary, extremely scary.
Yeah.
I was
The Hell's Angel biker sitting above me, going, "You're really gonna like this one." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
And he
Yeah,
smelled
I'm
like
gonna pretend to.
and he smelled like booze.
And if I don't, I'm gonna make sure you think I
yeah."
do.
And you're still getting paid, sir. Don't
He
worry.
was and
No,
he-
I brought my wallet.
That's the story. Like the dude, so like the guy was boozed up. He was hammered, and like I had to get
Tell me the story. Maybe you did one time before. Give me the whole
Okay,
story.
I'm not gonna name drop the name of the shop, but
It rhymes with Splizzard.
yeah. So Harry Potter was that, and it
Yeah.
was what people put on their walls.
Yo, what was the guy's first name?
I don't know. I know he was tall.
Oh, scary. Scary McScary.
Yeah, he was a really tall dude, and he was not fucking around. That's all I know. Yeah,
He have glasses?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Oh, go on.
Well, I don't want to tell a story now. But so
No.
So the guy who owned the shop wasn't the guy who tattooed me. So that guy that tattooed
Yeah,
Ernie,
yeah, it was the guy that
he was a
owned it,
really
yeah.
cool guy. He actually fixed my tattoo. He's like, I don't know what that guy was on, but he fucked up your lines. I gotta redo it. So he gave me another tattoo, and he redid the lines, and he did a really good job. But the first guy, he had his girlfriend in the shop hanging out with him, and he was all boozed up.
They were drinking.
Yeah. And so I get my tattoo done, and he goes, "How much money you got?" I said, "Well, I brought a couple $100." He's like, "Okay, that's cool. Do you have it on you right now?" I'm like, he was like literally just like wiping me down. I'm like, "Yeah, I got the money, and no problem." So I'm like, I'm walking over to the shop, and I'm just like just stretching, and he goes, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm just getting up. Like, is there a cash register?" He's like, "No, just give me the money right here." I was like, "Okay, no problem here." And there's like this guy, like very angrily sweeping in the corner, looking at me like I did something wrong, like I'm gonna run out. I'm like, I'm not
Like
going.
you're already attempting to rob
I'm
him.
like, I didn't do anything. I
Like you ran out and they caught you, kind
my
of already.
first tattoo. So that wasn't cool. That wasn't a cool experience. That wasn't cool. I'm like, this is weird. I'm like, I'm not doing this again. And so then it took me a long time. I think, oh man, probably like another like 2 years after that. I was 18 when I got my first tattoo. When I was 18. I don't know when you were born.
90.
Okay, so I was born in 86, so we're only a couple years apart. So when I was 18, it wasn't like it wasn't like everybody was getting tattoos. It was like still pretty badass to get a tattoo, I think.
You could still catch a tattoo underage and get away with it at what was not reputable, but it was a shop.
Yeah. So like it was a cool. But then again, when I went back a second time, that's the guy who called Ernie. That like, hey Bubba, remember?
Yep.
He yelled at you. You're like, yes sir, no problem sir. And then we found out that it was related to a certain organization that drives motorcycles.
Yeah.
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 He owned the shop supposedly. I guess so. I don't know. Nice guy though. The guy who owned the shop was a pretty straight shooter. I really liked him.
It was great. The guy and his girlfriend that decided to tattoo me, and I'm like, which one's doing this?
Didn't
Because
we
she was
all?
right in.
Didn't we all go get tattoos the same day? So there was like 4 or 3 of us.
From Harry Potterville.
Yeah, there was like 3 of us, and we all went and just got tattoos. We're like, we're getting a tattoo, and we didn't like. And the guy was just like, yeah, come on in, guys, no problem.
And how old were you guys?
I was 18.
You're 18.
I was 20.
20. Why are they treating you like they don't have their shit under control?
Yeah.
That's what like about like where are you going? Where you going? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Pay me right now. You're gonna be like, why
I don't know.
You're the big bad. I don't know why you treating me like a fucking.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm a lot cleaner than you, sir.
all
Yeah.
my friends were there.
At the door.
All my friends were there. My brother was there. Maybe he didn't know. Like,
Yeah.
even if he thought we were all buddies, like, I'm not running. I'm not going anywhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was okay. I've moved past and been tattooed by some very talented tattoo artists: Ricky K, Anton, Bry, Nathan Dreimer. I forget.
Draper, isn't it?
So I'm sorry, Nathan, if you're listening to this. I always forget your last name. But he's this British, really cool British guy. Tattoos. But anyway, yeah. So I was gonna ask. Jeez Louise, we're having fun. So I was talking about your tattoo shop. So is there like a tattoo shop that stands out? That's like the best tattoo shop in like not just the area, but like maybe like worldwide? Is that such a thing? Like, or is it like based on time? Because you know how like you go
that could be those. I think those could be like based on like timelines.
Like it's pretty
right now. Like there's the industry is so ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like it really just depends on it can depend on just where one person goes. You know, but there's so many great artists.
Yeah,
it's in establishments and just even just cities that you go to that is on a different level.
Well, like you say, like it feels like it's been bridged ever since more and more people are using Instagram too. Would you say, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I know about artists that you wouldn't know about unless you were at, you know what I mean, going to conventions, or you know what I mean, like anytime you were in a different city, you're going or walking the streets, you know what I mean, walking into random shops and just shaking hands. That used to be the way to do. You have to go to, you know what I mean, go into shops, or you had to go to conventions and shake hands and stuff like that. But social media's taking everything up.
Is there like shops though? Not to throw, I guess the phrase is throwing shade, but like, is there shops where you're just like, what are you guys doing? Like what, like, or they're too elite, or they're just like, you're just treating your customers. You're just doing it for money, and you're not treating your customers well, and it seems like it's just like a money stream. Yeah, have you heard of that? Is that
franchise
a thing?
shop?
Yeah, is that
franchise
a thing?
shop?
That's a thing. Interesting.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, really? But
for sure.
In the States, more?
Gougers.
No.
Really?
No, they're around, man. They're all around. We have them.
Wow.
We have them right here in the sunny Southern Ontario.
Really? I didn't know that. So, and for me, I would avoid that like a plague. I would not even I would not go to a place but then that kind of goes off the idea too. I don't go to the shop because it's the shop. I go to the artist. That's my thing.
Yeah.
That's like my view is like, I know the artist is there. I'm coming to get tattooed by them. Some people though, obviously that's the thing that they do when they're first getting tattoos is like, oh, I heard this shop is a cool shop. I'll go to that shop. Like,
yeah, for sure, people do that, right?
Yeah.
The name of the shop, or just even bullshit. They got random trinkets, probably sell bongs or some bullshit too. You know what I mean? Like they're always like, it seems like the kind of place you pick up a T-shirt, a piercing, a fucking oil change, all that stuff.
Well, we were talking to. The funny thing is like our buddy. Tony, he owns Barber Pole & Co. in Cambridge on right across from the mall. So he opened up his barber shop, and then he also has a bar in the barber shop where you can like go and have a beer while you're waiting to get your.
Man.
It's sweet, and he's like, I should get a tattoo artist to tattoo here too. I'm like, oh, is that a thing? He said in Australia it's a thing.
Oh, totally. And there's a lot of totally. And
in a barber shop,
yeah,
really?
Yeah. They got a tattoo shop, barber shop. It's all kind of hand in hand, right? Like. That's if I sit down and talk like on a professional level, like just dealing with clients with people, I have a lot in common with hairdressers and barbers. You know what I mean? You got when you're dealing with the public in that sense. But yeah, there's a lot of them out there. Barbershops, tattoo shops. My buddy just opened up inside of another. I guess he's part of a barbershop as well.
It's funny you say that though, because if you had to do a back piece on Jeremy, you'd pretty much have to consider yourself a barber with how much razoring you'd have to do on that piece.
Bruh. That's cold.
Thanks a lot.
Hey man, I got they got to shave my back too.
I got the ape gene, man.
Yeah, but Jeremy's like, the hedge trimmers, like that's got to get in there first.
Full deal. I got the wings, bro. I got the wings and a rabbit tail. It's disgusting. I don't know why my girlfriend even likes me.
The pitchforks and the torches come out. They think I'm Sasquatch.
Yeah, Jeremy gets chased by the villagers when he takes his shirt off.
I said,
It's not good. The wife's man. Yeah, it's so good. I got a wife and she shaves it, and she's happy. I don't care. So fuck you.
Absolutely. And I can grow a fucking beard too.
Yeah, I can grow a good beard, not just a pussy ass like Raggedy Andy beard. Oh my god. So let's get back on track. So
hey, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Before we get off track, tell me I know you're dying to tell me. Tell me your toilet paper joke.
Oh yeah. So I was watching the news and I found out the reason why people are buying toilet paper. Well, because people are saying that there's like this giant comet coming to Earth, and I was like, what? And I read into a little bit further because the science, like rock, paper, scissors, paper covers rock.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Sorry. You guys.
Don't bad.
So you guys can take that, or you can just set it right back.
Set it right back.
I'm gonna rock it tonight. No, I'm gonna tonight. My girl's coming over later on tonight. I'm gonna make that one work.
And you gotta set it up the way
Yeah, but make sure you set it up a little bit better. Yeah.
Listen, I didn't have.
I got the gist of it.
Yeah. You can do better.
Yeah.
I know you can do better. I'm not good at. I'm not a joke teller.
You kind of got the shit end of the stick on that one.
Yeah, but you could. Yeah. Anyway, people take that joke and make it better, then send it to me, and then we'll make it better ourselves. So I know that I would say all my tattoos are American traditional tattoos, and when I'm looking for a new tattoo artist, I'm finding people that kind of put a little bit of a spin on those styles. Is that so? Within styles, like you have a really man, there's so many cool styles, but like you have a really unique style. And I feel like yours is like harder. Would you agree? Like it's harder maybe, or is it easier for you?
I want to say that. I'd like to say that.
Yeah, I would say that.
I'm trying to make something that is. There's a lot of cool tattoos that come out. Yeah. And as a tattooer, when I see a tattoo that looks cool and looks like it's gonna heal and hold up,
right?
That fucking matters to me. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of really dainty stuff is done really clean and looks nice, and it's taken. The photos are taken beautifully, and maybe contrast or up or whatever Photoshop to look a certain way. But I always wonder to myself, I wonder how that's gonna look when it heals. And I want my shit to fucking heal, to look dope in 10 years, to have a good, a hard contrast, so that mid-tones and soft shades, they matter later on as something ages. It's not just something. I see a lot of bomb black and gray work that has a ton of mid-tones but no blacks, and has nothing dark to hold up. So you've just got kind of something that is just going to age with whatever your skin lets it do. It's just it's at the mercy of how you take care of it.
Right.
If I put something in really solid and really dark, I want it to heal that way and stay that way for. It's a tattoo. It's supposed to be there forever.
Do you do a lot of cover-ups?
Yeah.
Yeah, like big black.
Yeah, that was funny. It's funny you say that, Jared. I actually came in there when you did that jewelry box for my daughter for her remember we got a little bit later, but we ended up giving it to her for her birthday, by the way. Loved it. She friggin' loves that thing, man. You killed it.
I'm glad she did, man.
Yeah, no, it turned out amazing, dude. Amazing. And but yeah, no, I actually came to him. I'm looking at that one on my shoulder, that one that we were talking about, the bulldog with the boombox underneath. But yeah, that, and I also have, it's funny you say a rose. I have a rose that I want to get done as soon as you get back up and going again. I'm coming in.
But there's an art to doing that, right? Like a good cover up. You don't just like blast over top of it. You take the colors that it already has, and do you have to manipulate it within the new tattoo? Is that a thing?
Balancing the dark areas is huge, especially when you're dealing with a cover up. It's easy, it's possible to cover something. Mm-hmm. It's possible to cover a tattoo with another tattoo if you go darker.
Well, here, this is an example. That's what's going.
Ba-bam.
Yeah.
Now, and with that, what did I say? I said, give me the half sleeve, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking. The reason I asked for that is because because there's going to be a large area of darks in that cover up, and that one's not as bad as some can be.
Really?
There's going to be an area of darks that takes up a lot of room. I have to balance that on another part of the tattoo, like you would a piece of art, a drawing, or anything like that. You have to balance your contrast so that one side doesn't look darker than the other, and it doesn't make sense. Because as soon as you look at a tattoo that's really dark on one side and not so much on the other, immediately like, cover up. The trick to a good cover up is having it covered so that it looks like that tattoo was there first and nothing covered anything else. So you balance out the darks that you have on one end with the darks on the other, while still using negative space or whatever I guess you'd like to.
Mm-hmm.
How did you learn how to do cover ups?
By fucking up other cover-ups.
Oh, really?
That's just a process.
Other cover-ups.
Yeah. No, I saw. Sorry, go ahead, Ernie.
I was gonna say, would you say you use a lot of roses to cover up stuff?
Roses are great for cover-ups.
Yeah, I've heard.
They are. Anything you can get a lot of surface area packed in with dark colors usually work pretty good for cover-ups. But there's a lot of dudes out there, guys and girls, that do amazing cover-ups, and they don't use they use the shape,
Like an example of yours specifically. I saw this one where you were redoing a Jesus photo, and the original one was like pretty like haggard and it was worn, and you just made it go from 0 to 100. You added some whites. And you just made it darker, you just killed it. That looks awesome.
That's because the trust no one under it.
Yeah, the trust. Yeah.
Jesus was done twice already before I got to it.
Oh my gosh! Wow. I'll send it to you, Ernie. You'll have to look at it. It's on his Instagram. It is amazing. You'll have to look at it later, but it's one of the coolest. I'm actually, that was one of the first tattoos. I was like, holy shit! But then every once in a while, you'll do something, and I'll always be like, whoa, or oh my god, or what the hell? The work that you do, not like I was saying before, not like saying you were doing terrible tattoos, but it feels to me like you're just getting better and better and better and better at your realism. And dude, how are you? How do you do it? So all the little precision stuff, with a portrait. There's that photo of there's this woman with a flower in her hair, and you're doing the slight whites, and it almost looks like she's in a shadow or something. How did you? Is it just you just keep practicing?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I used to be like that. I used to think that all the time too, and I still do. I see people that draw just straight up sketch, the dopest shit. Mm-hmm. It is really when somebody said to me, draw every day, all the time, draw every day, all the time. But no, man, this is so good. But no, man, draw all the time. That's just what it is. Draw every day.
Yeah. But you love to draw, right? So
yeah.
So you love what you do.
Did you see that Sphinx that he did, Jeremy?
No.
Sorry, Jeremy. Did you see that Sphinx that he did?
No. Recently?
Holy bloody shit! That was beautiful.
Sorry, Nana.
Sorry, Nana.
Our Nana, she's 91. She listens to the podcast. We've been swearing a lot in this one.
She got some questions?
No, she's not here right now.
And we're gonna throw it to Nana.
Hey, we'll throw it. Yeah. That's always a funny question too. Is the older generation.
It's your Nana. Hi, it's Nana. Hi, first time, long time.
I could send it. I could send her the link. Maybe she might have some questions for you.
She would. She'd be like, "Why do you keep doing that to them?" I said no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. You see my Gramps. My Gramps loves my girlfriend. Walks up to her and goes, "You don't have to look like him." That was it. Grabbed her by the hand. It's like, you don't have to look like him.
My mom always like messages us, like my wife just got a new tattoo, and she messages us, "That's enough," all the time. It's just like, "That's enough," all the time. But it's like, that's just what we do. Like we're just like it's part of our like getting tattoos. And our cousin just recently. So our uncle is he hates tattoos. He always like he likes us as people, but he hates tattoos, and he's like an old school guy, and so he had his own business and stuff, and he would always say to us, if a guy shows up for an interview, I'm not hiring him if he's got tattoos. Like he's a bum. He's a piece of crap. And so, but it's so funny how we've evolved from that view. Now everybody's got tattoos. Like my dad, he got a tattoo a couple years ago. Like he never got a tattoo before. The back of his leg. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a guy like that, but it's interesting. So anyway. So like my uncle's an old school guy, and my cousin has been like he's gonna get a tattoo. We know he is. So we have a bet down. He just moved out 2 weeks ago. We have a bet down.
Oh shit!
We have a bet down saying when's he gonna get a tattoo? Yeah. But the problem is like, the corona's gonna pump the brakes on that for that bet right now. But shut up.
It doesn't count. You start that bet up once everything goes back to normal in 18 months.
Yeah. Shut up.
I said to him the other day, I'm like, let me see your sleeves now. I'm like, when did you move out?
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Kyle. I was gonna get a tattoo in I'm gonna say before Christmas because I'm giving him a gift certificate. So
sick.
I can win the bet.
Yeah. Make it easy.
Set the date. I bet by the 17th of July he gets
Set the date and time. Yeah. I get you all the information you
Daryl's
need.
going to do it. Daryl's going to make me some cash.
He's going to go into the shop with the stuff.
I'm going to make Daryl some cash, and it's going to make me some cash. So,
absolutely.
Actually, you know what, man? I'm going to come in once this is all done, too. I want you to look at a tattoo for me, and I need to get something covered up. And I want to do like a big black crow over top of it on my shoulder. I got this piece. And
bro, it's already covered. If you want a black crow to cover it up, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's just black. Later. Wicked cover.
And you want birds?
It's a fantastic cover.
And you do really good birds, too. You do like
I was just about to say, his birds are...
Yeah. So that's my plan. I like crows, and I've always like thought like they're just cool. So I'm just going to blast over top of that a really cool black crow, and it's already done. Yeah.
So I hate for you to repeat yourself, but you were saying that with this Corona nonsense, you've been shut down now for 3 weeks.
Yep.
So what are you doing right now?
Sweating.
Today I painted. Back in November I moved into. I finally bought a house in Kitchener here. So like, it's I'm a homeowner now. It never ends, right?
Oh God.
So.
Yeah, I know you said you were waiting to get a house because you were in Plattsville and then you moved. You were renting for a while too, right?
Yeah. I ended up renting for like 3 years, and then you know what I mean. The housing market went from like waited out to insanity.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Anyways, I got into a place in November. Literally today, I painted because like the guy who used to live here is like a tinkerer. Everything's kind of like a little bit started and half-assed fucked up. Always something for me to do.
Yeah.
For 6 months, I've had no receptacle covers on after painting everything, and they're all mix and match. So I fucking spent the day sanding them down by hand and painting and.
Is that what you were painting today? I saw the things that were painted white there.
Yeah, man, that's exactly what I did today. Shit like that. I've been playing a little bit of guitar, and then just working on art pieces and stuff like that. Trying to get a few of those on the go.
Nice, man. So you're just keeping the art going and trying not to waste time, but just. Bide your time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, or else I'll just.
No, go ahead.
I'll just end up drinking myself to death or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay, yeah. I've been playing Call of Duty with the boys a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
who hasn't taken that on as their new job.
I get to work still. The funny thing is, I saw this meme. Like it's like me working all week, coming on Call of Duty, just playing, trying to have fun. And then, like, this guy who's, like, a professional gamer that's been playing all week with all his buddies and doesn't have a job. Like, the comparison of this little kitten sitting there with, like, teary eyes. And there's, like, this hawk that's just sitting there about, like, to kill him. Like, it's... The contrast of people playing Call of Duty now is, like, I'll go on one time, but I'm like, I won't go on in certain times of the day. Because I know there's no point in going on. I'm going to get killed because these are just murderers. Like...
You'll ask those hawks what they smell like.
Yeah.
Those hawks haven't been outside. Those hawks don't shower. They're just sitting there.
They got Cheetos in their beard.
Like,
yeah, Cheetos and Mountain Dew.
The worst part is, like, the battlefield. Jumping in on Battlefield. I'm just getting into the game and the friggin' parachute. I'm getting shot down from above me. Some guy with a handgun, some like killer. I'm like, what's the point? What am I supposed to do? Like I just like parachute.
He's doing it for extra points. He's doing it for XP. It doesn't even matter yet.
Yeah, it's like just let me land. Please let me land. I want to land so I can like just play the game. I want to have fun. Like it's the first world problem. Yeah, that's what that is.
Why couldn't they drop the new Grand Theft Auto and then have coronavirus? That's that I'm into.
Okay.
That's my shit right there. The Grand Theft Auto comes out, I play that.
Do they have a release date for it yet?
I don't know. No, I started Red Dead Redemption again just to show my girl how cool it was. I'm like, how beautiful! Look at cinematography,
buddy. Is that the third one?
It's Red Dead Redemption. Yeah. What's the second one?
I have the second one. That was out, but
that's the newest one though, right? I think that's the one that you've got, right, Jer?
Yeah. No, I have the newest one out. So I couldn't get into it. Like I played it for a long time. I loved it. So here's the problem. I got it after Christmas, and I always get sick after Christmas, and I got really sick. And the unfortunate thing for me is the way my mind works. If I'm doing something and I'm sick and I feel gross, I won't be able to like eating food or like watching a movie or listening to music or something. It'll ruin it because I'm feeling sick. So I was playing that game while I was like super sick and I was like half into it, and it was a beautiful game. It's an awesome game. I think it's slow, but I could have gotten into it. I couldn't get into it. I was just like I got sick, and then I was like I can't play it again because it just reminds me of how sick I felt. That's stupid. It's a stupid reason, but that's
no, I can see. But yeah, you'll go back to playing and be like, oh. I put a lot of time into it. I got mad with it too. I stopped for a little bit. I fucking there were certain things that just seemed monotonous, or like missions that I was like, this isn't what I'm here for. I'm here to shoot people in the face.
Yeah.
Or fucking ride the shit out of this horse and get this fucking money.
Yeah.
But
now I got rid of it and got the new Call of Duty, which I hadn't played Call of Duty in like 3 years. And then everybody's all about it now. Like everybody's all like, we played the old school one, remember? Like World at War. But like jumping into it now, it's just a whole like people are just like crazy with video games. Like it's so nuts to think where we came from with like early Nintendo, Super Nintendo, like first PlayStation 2, and now like the crazy graphics. It's absolutely. We had a guy on the last podcast, Swaro. Shout out to Dave Swaro. And we were just talking about video games. We just talked about video games for like 2 hours straight, just like how it's changed and evolved and how people react to it. And like we were saying also, like sometimes you'll be playing like a first-person shooter and like you can't transfer over the skills from a first-person shooter like a game like Red Dead or Grand Theft Auto. It's a completely different game to play. Like it's so weird. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
It's also weird. You can make money doing it too. Like.
Oh man.
Right? I'm just not willing to take my top off, so I can't win. I can't make anything.
Sorry?
I said I'm not willing to take my top off, so I can't make anything.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's. What were we gonna say, Darryl? Sorry, or interrupted you?
Man, that one still blows my mind. It's often like you'll hear the kid like, "Oh yeah, get out of the house. The gays aren't doing shit for you." And this kid like brings like 10 million into the house. Like, what the fuck now, Pop?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I made more than you've ever seen or made in your entire life playing this fucking game.
Yeah, that's funny. Go ahead, Jer.
So the funny thing is, I have two jobs. I work in a group home, and I also work for I have my own clients. And so the one client, he's a young man. He has Asperger's syndrome. He's a lot like kind of like Sheldon Cooper, like off of Big Bang Theory. He has those like idiosyncrasies and stuff. And so he's all about video games. So whenever I go hang out with him, we play a couple of video games. We go for a long hike in the woods. And then we watch some anime. He's a gamer, anime kind of stuff. So right now I can't hang out with him, unfortunately, because of this whole Corona stuff. So, not to get into like privacy stuff, but basically, so they're having a bit of a hard time because he's just like bored. So the other night I jumped online. We played some. I think we played Fortnite or something. We used Netflix Party, which is like an app that you can watch Netflix with somebody. There's like a chat room as well, and you guys can hang out and pause it and watch the video together. So I'm doing all this stuff.
Oh, cool. I was wondering what that was. That's all right.
It's sweet. Yeah. It's so cool. So I did that the one night, and then the mom's like, hey, would you want to do this like till this whole Corona thing's over? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I'm like, do you mean like, do you want me to do it as in coming over? And like, you can just like pay me to hang out with them online? She goes, oh, yeah. That's what I want you to do. So I'm going to get paid to play video games and watch movies for the first time ever. And so I said that to Ernie today. He's like, "What? You're gonna get paid to play video games?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna throw that shit in my dad's face. Yeah, play video games, getting paid." Like I'm like just like throw that in his face. Like I'm getting paid. Like, yeah, getting paid to play video games.
You know how many times they get mad at me for fucking stopping the movie to say my piece? Oh yeah, look at this bitch right here. No. Fucking my commentary. Now it's also it's needed.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what's that Mitch Hedberg joke? And he's like,
Oh yeah,
I got
cantaloupe.
I was in the back room, the green room, eating cantaloupe. I got paid $500 to eat cantaloupe. That shit's unprecedented.
You're there eating that shit for free.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, fucking Mitch Hedberg. Sorry, Nana. What was I swearing? Anyway.
So good. Did you watch the new Chris D'Elia on Netflix?
Yeah. Yep.
Almost
Do
done.
you feel like his delivery seemed a bit Mitch Hedberg?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, a little bit.
I didn't. I like it was good. I liked it. That airdropping on the plane is brilliant. To me, that's hilarious.
I'm only halfway through it. I'm not
finished just
anyway.
yet.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, man. When that comes up, man, like that to me is just like, yeah, that's hilarious.
He's so funny. So
he's good.
Do you listen to podcasts? Are you into podcasts?
I do, and you know what? Because of this Corona, I know like I probably could have learned a lot, and maybe even like kept some sanity sticking with my podcast. But I stopped listening to a lot of podcasts over this time because I was like, oh, it's just gonna be about Corona the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get tired of an overload of that stuff sometimes. I'm just like, fuck.
So we listen to a lot of Joe Rogan. Ernie and I do. Okay, what's up, Ernie?
I do as well. Yeah.
It's 35.
Oh, is it already?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are like, well, we're just earning and burning through this.
It's all good.
It's crazy, eh?
What?
It's like we're already at an hour.
Yeah, we're doing an hour. We're over an hour now. Yeah. I was asking questions about podcasts.
Yeah.
I sent him one too, so if you want to send that one too.
Okay.
Yeah, he just saw it anyway. He's gonna jump
Okay.
in a second. We'll edit this week, Monday or Tuesday night or something. We won't edit it tonight. We'll just record it.
Are you working tomorrow?
Yeah, I work tomorrow afternoon, and then I have Sunday, Monday off. Sunday, Monday off, and then on Tuesday I start my 12s for the first time.
Just call me Sunday night. We'll do it Sunday night.
Sure. We'll just cut it and run it.
We'll do the intro, and then we can edit it Sunday.
Yep. Here he is. Just so you know, it gives me a 10-minute warning before it cuts.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. So when it does, I check my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might as well just start it just so I don't lose it.
So
There we
I was
go.
asking you if you're into podcasts. So we're gonna listen to the Joe Rogan podcast a lot. But so Dalia was on that podcast. It was hilarious recently. So I don't know if you've caught up or like you don't listen to Jerry or.
Yeah, I listen to Joe. I started on his podcast. That's what got me on podcasts. They're always good. And like if there's a dude if he's on there, I'll check it out. My buddy told me to check it out as well today. So.
It's hilarious. If you like
Is
Dalia,
Are you still listening to the Fighter and the Kid?
Yep. Well, I like once I get back on this and everything, I will for sure.
yeah. You can listen to our podcast too if you want. We got a couple episodes out.
Yeah, well, now that I know which it is for sure.
Yeah, man. We've been sold.
You'll have to go back and listen to the one. It's on YouTube only. But for the first time last year, I tried the marijuanas, and it did not go well.
You did it on the podcast.
Oh, you did it online with a video and everything?
No. At that time, we weren't on video yet. We just did audio, but it was hilarious. it's worth it. So, again, people that are listening, if you want to listen to our old podcast, not all of them are on Spotify or iTunes. Go back on the YouTube. They're all on YouTube. All of them from number one. The worst one.
That's where I listen to them all. That's where I listen to all podcasts on YouTube.
You do? So we're all over YouTube.
Well, unless they're not on YouTube. There's a few. There's the one tattoo and one that I checked out that wasn't on there.
We're also
that made me go get the iPod app.
We're on Spotify too. If you have Spotify, if you spend that kind of money, I don't know. Actually, it's for free on Spotify. So
yeah, it's Spotify. So I don't have a good excuse for not having Spotify. My buddy put me on his Apple Music family plan. So
there you go. That's nice.
Which is kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, real nice. And like all the rest of the family is real family members. That's the shit. That's the like. I was like flattered, bro.
Yeah, thanks, man. Hooking me up.
The fuck, his credit card is up in my fucking on my goddamn thing here. I'm like, shit, bro.
That's like handing out. It's like handing out the Netflix passwords to your family and friends. It's like like I see what my father-in-law's watching over there. I gave him the password. It's like easy there watching Outlander there, Frank.
That's hilarious. That's funny. My buddy brought that up the other day. He's like, whatever we used to go through, like logging my Netflix. Like, look at this, Daryl. I was like, grown man, you got your very own Netflix. Just Daryl there. No mom, dad, sister, brother, bullshit. He's like, everybody's got fucking tethered to somebody else's bullshit.
Yeah.
Look at you, grown man.
One person. That's all I was watching it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So.
But that's the thing. You are right though. Like I listen to Joe Rogan. I listen to Fighter and the Kid. I listen to like a lot of the ones with Brendan Schaub. I know you like Brendan Schaub as well.
Yeah. I like King and the Sting.
Yeah, below the belt. Do you watch UFC?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you like MMA?
I not a you know what? Not enough to know what's going on, but enough that because of listening to those guys, I started watching it more because I just wanted to know because the fights sound amazing on the podcast the next day. Mm. And then what I fucking get the Cowboy Cerrone and the McGregor fucking fight for the first time because I'm moving get Bell TV for the first time and that shit is like 7 seconds.
Well, unfortunately, McGregor, that's what you get. And, like, not to get into, like, you know, Cowboy. Cowboy, like, he's a different class. He's a different kind of fighter than McGregor.
He's just a slow starter, right? He's a slow starter.
And McGregor is not slow to start. In the history of show.
Well, when you're backing up all of that, and, like, I was excited about that fight just based on two guys that fucking get it. They're like, the whole time, these guys get in and bang. These guys get in and bang. Like, cool. Like, it's going to be a hell of a fight. When there's that much riding on it and you've got the opportunity and it's you know what I mean to like take those shots and make it work in your favor, you'd be stupid not to. You know what I mean? Aside from how many people want to fucking you know what I mean a bloodbath for rounds on rounds, man. If you could, hey man, if it's light work, it's light work. Like
the last podcast, the last MMA Ernie and I watched, there was a big fight between the Airbender guy and Yoel Romero, and that was supposed to be a big fight, and they did.
That was the other big deal.
That was nothing, and they did nothing.
Nothing.
That was that the same card? No. That wasn't the same card. They were the main event, but
they were the main. Yeah,
but that was going to be.
That was the following week. That was a week or two after.
Yes,
yeah. And they did nothing. Yoel just stood there, just like this the whole time. Yep. He threw a couple if he explodes. But he did nothing the whole fight, and it's like the same kind of thing. Like, you were wanting something maybe to happen, and then it didn't. And then there's like all those arguments. Well, both fighters were defensive fighters, so that's why nothing happened explosive. Like you got a guy like Connor, who he throws and he lands over 90% of his throws. Like he lands almost every He's like precision, like pop, done, like just like lay you out. Like what did he get him with the elbow? Wasn't that the elbow?
I'll never clinch. That was like they'll never clinch in a fight. Those fucking elbows come out of nowhere. Or those elbows, those goddamn shoulders.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. That's the first time I saw that. And then even McGregor's like, yeah, I just fused there, so I just like laid into him. That's what shook him up. So just so crazy. It's I just love. So my biggest thing, I like watching. Ernie doesn't like this. Ernie doesn't like jiu-jitsu. I love jiu-jitsu. I like watching the jiu-jitsu matches and stuff with like 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu and stuff. Like I like watching those matches where it's just strictly jiu-jitsu. And so when it goes to the ground, I know the certain fighters because I'm into them because they're good at those jiu-jitsu fights. That's my favorite thing to sit and watch. Just like these guys that are just a chess match on the freaking floor. Like if you got a guy,
tell him it just reminds me of like aggressive hugging.
Well, if you have like the up and coming Gracie guy, I always forget his name. He just started.
Crone.
So Crone Gracie just started fighting. He's 2 fights in. Unfortunately, I think the last fight
he did shit. He did nothing.
He tried to box. It didn't take him down.
No takedown, no nothing. No, he didn't try.
Yeah,
to
so like those Gracie guys, that's all they are for jiu-jitsu, and then they go into a fight. And
there's a jiu-jitsu camp. That's
that's that big family.
That's your prime rib jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the family where the one guy has like a rainbow belt, like that's like the top belt. Coral. Yeah, like the one guy's got a coral belt jiu-jitsu. Whatever. But he's like, it's like
better than black.
Yeah. So purple, black, and then better than black. But there's only like 2 people in the world. There's only like 2 people in the world that have it. Like it's like they're just murderers.
Joe Exotic has a rainbow belt.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Take your rainbow belt. Anyway, man.
It's an Oklahoma belt. That's not a real camp.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. Have you watched that yet, Tiger King?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Definitely watched it.
I think everybody in
the world. That guy's no worse than every single person on that entire fucking.
Yeah.
Anybody caught on film in that entire series, he's no worse than every single one of them.
Yeah, even the
Have you finished it?
Yeah, I finished it. Apparently there's an updated episode coming at some point.
It's out.
What
is it?
It's Dax Shepard. He interviews everybody after the Netflix series.
Where do I watch that?
On Netflix. So you go to the end, and it's got him. I think not Dax Shepard. Sorry,
I was gonna say Dax Shepard. He does that podcast.
Yeah, he's that armchair expert guy. No, it's a different guy though. But he's been in a bunch of movies, and he interviews everybody. And the guy whose teeth was doing the social separation. He's got new teeth too.
No, I gotta just watch it just to see the guy's teeth.
Oh, he's got a new setup. The guy that got the fucking cover up.
Oh no way!
The cover up with the bull cover up didn't even finish covering up the letters.
Yes. Oh, and he talks about that too. The really shitty tattoo he got.
It probably didn't cover. That's one of those tattoos. I was like, yeah, but that healed great.
Yeah, black on black.
It's fine. It's just not solid, and those letters are solid.
That's a rough place.
And blown out. So I mean, like, you're not gonna beat that.
I was like,
why would you cover it? It's a piece of property he's owned.
Oh God, he wasn't even gay. The guy wasn't even gay.
None of them are gay.
That's when the guy shot himself in the head. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
He's like, maybe if I give them enough meth, they'll be gay.
Oh, so weird. Such a weird time. Like, and that's.
Did you see Buddy's the maid? I mean the nanny.
No.
Which
no.
Nanny?
What is the guy?
The guy from Las Vegas who came to like
Jeff
help.
Lowe.
Yeah, Jeff Lowe. The guy from Las
Yeah.
Vegas.
Oh yes, yeah. Dude, that guy's such a. Oh man.
He's a shyster. That guy doesn't have anything.
Weird. I've never seen. I've seen some weird goatees, but none weirder than that.
It's like
he shaved that goatee in the mirror, looking up.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing like looking up, making the face, and then like when he came back down, he's like, "Oh no."
No, this is what I came out with. Yeah, that guy.
He said he owned 60 Affliction T-shirts.
I'll believe it.
As soon as I saw what he dressed like and how old he looked, I'm like, that's who that guy is. I know exactly who that guy is. He's just like all talk. He's like,
there was one brag about a Ferrari. It was a 360 Modena. It's a dope car, but I mean, like, I don't know. He's like he's just like he's trying too hard.
Yeah. Oh man, that's
so him and his wife are swingers, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll bet.
I bet it's not the worst thing they do. Like, think about it. The guy's like handing out tigers. Like, he's just getting.
You think she can stand to fuck him all the time? She's gotta be out there somewhere else. Come on.
He's like 80
That's
years
not even
old.
his kid.
No, exactly. Man, what a weird
She'd
show.
She'd probably rather take a swing at the nanny than him.
What a show to come out during, like, Corona. Like, everybody's, like, all about it. Like, oh, the Tiger King. Like, people are weird. And then, like, we really see how people are weird. But, like, Carol killed her husband. She
killed her husband, 100%.
Like,
do you know they reopened the case, eh?
No way.
That they reopened it. I can't wait to hear about it. And that's next on Netflix, too. Yeah, somebody in Florida, some dude in Florida, right?
Yep. Yeah, they found new evidence, and like they said that they're like, yeah, we watched the series, and that really wasn't enough just listening to that. But then they've got other evidence that came in, and they're like, okay, we'll open the cold case.
No way, really?
Get her.
The whole thing should be though, like she talks about not being able to shove the guy in the grinder. It's like, why would you even go there?
But you're writing OJ's If I Did It book.
Yeah. And like she's like, well, what you do is you put like the oil on their shoes. That's what I would have done. You put the
anchovy oil or something.
It's like
fish oil.
What? It's like, what? What? You take it easy. Like, careful what you're saying there. But she's weird.
That was the best.
Rattlesnake mailbox is though is delightfully.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Your birthday's coming up. You want some rattlesnake?
Rattlesnake mailbox.
Oh my gosh, what was her wedding with her new husband? The photos where he was like. She had him in like a chain with a collar on and stuff. It's like, what is going on there? Like, what? Like, oh. Like, talk about...
My favorite part was still when the liger dragged him across the pen. I
thought he shot that thing. I thought he like...
It looked like he just about
like,
did.
He panicked, for sure. But, like, you gotta know, like, if somebody panics, if that's their jam, if, like, when they panic, they just pull out their gun and start shooting, like, that's not the first time he shot at a tiger. You gotta know that.
You got a 200-pound tiger dragging you across the ground. I'm going to shoot, too.
Well, he supposedly knows tigers, so I don't know. Anyway.
I will say he stayed composed, though. Put his back. He knew, he did know, like, in that situation, what he shouldn't be doing. We, like, kind of dragged under that little, like, structure of it, and then, like, put his back up against it. Like, he knew, he's like, I can't leave my back fucking open at this point. You know what I mean? And then the gun came out. I was like, oh, this motherfucker's out of tank with a tiger.
Yeah.
The best was nobody went in to help him.
Yeah, they just stood there.
No doubt.
They just stood there. Just keep recording.
Look at that shit. You know that he's not enough of a meal. They fucking eat him. He's still coming. They're still coming. And I'm getting my distance in.
They'd be getting so high.
That story is so layered. It's layered up. Like, after the first episode, they're like, and it just gets worse. You're like, how could it get worse? How could it be weirder than this? And then it did. It just got weirder and weirder. Like, the guy who was, like, starting up that cult with all those ladies and making them get breast implants and stuff. I'm like, how is that guy not, like, you know, like, getting, like, FBI charges or anything? Just, like basically, like, turning, like, underage girls into, like, these sex slaves. Like, how is that not, like, that's obvious. He's just a weirdo.
Hey, he gave them their own
entrepreneur.
House.
He's an entrepreneur. He's building them houses. He's starting a real estate model here.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's like working for enterprises. You become your own boss.
Yeah, exactly. You work for yourself. You
can be your own boss. You be your own boss when I tell you.
Yeah. Oh man. So I gotta ask though. So back to tattoos. Not that we weren't talking about tattoos with that weird guy who sat there with why didn't he have a shirt on? That's another thing I gotta ask. Like, why would they record for like a documentary?
He said it was hot.
Is that what he said?
I don't want to ruin it, but yeah,
okay, I'll watch
they talked to him about all that stuff.
Is it available on Netflix right now?
Yep.
Okay, I'll check.
I watched it last night.
So you've done.
We should move this over to the Netflix party.
Yeah, Netflix party.
We should.
What are you guys doing tomorrow?
yeah. Let's just redo it. We'll just record the audio. Just as we're watching it, we just hang out.
Just mock the shit out of it.
Yeah, exactly. That actually sounds like a good episode. Let's do it. Right? Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Sunday night.
We'll have to figure out the logistics. I don't know if it does audio. Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure. Well, maybe we'll look into it. Okay. So back to tattoos. So you've been tattooing for 10 years. Is there a tattoo that stands out that you were like, okay, that was amazing, or that was just like, A, it was a cool customer, or B, it was just like the coolest tattoo you've ever done?
I have a few of my favorites for sure. Yeah.
What?
I did a Billie Holiday portrait on my buddy's arm, and it's like from old vintage photograph. She's like, I just like the lighting on it. I was really happy with that. It's one of the tattoos that was kind of just right up the alley of the things that I like doing. Mm-hmm. The high contrast black and gray. I like a lot of old like vintage photographs and things like that. I just like I like how striking it is.
Yeah.
All the black. So right now that's one of my favorites that I've gotten to do. He's got a few pieces that where he just kind of let me do my thing with them.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you don't like you would actually turn away? Is there like what kind of things would you just be like, nah, not me?
Anything I don't want my name attached to.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's like I don't want anything like racist or sexist, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be tattooing things like that on people.
Like a Nazi symbol or swastika.
Yeah, or like or even just bad things. Sometimes people want things that are just not up to the quality that comes out of our shop. Yeah. I mean, not everybody knows how far you can take it and how nice of a tattoo you can have. And some people are just stuck on getting garbage. And that's fine. And you know what I mean? And there have been times that we've told people, the nicest way to say it without looking like a dickhead is just, I have a quality that I expect out of myself, out of my business, and that comes out of my shop, and that's just not up to our stuff.
Yeah. That's
then you can show them why that's not up to your standard, and you know what I mean, instead of just being like, okay, you're on your own, you know what I mean? You can give them the options and show them what is up to standard and what can be a nice tattoo. And a lot of the times they go that route and they're happy that you did.
Yeah. I don't know. That just sounds like to me that people that aren't doing their research. People just show up, they're like, oh, look, there's a tattoo shop. I want to go get this like really garbage tattoo. Like, I feel if I'm going to a tattoo shop and it's like some high grade, like amazing art, like beautiful tattoos, I get a little bit nervous like going in because I know the quality, but because I've done the research, and I would feel bad. Like I feel bad now with the people that I do get tattooed by. I'll just say, hey, I want this. I know their style. I know what they're gonna do. I don't usually question it. I'll just go, this is what I want. Do you. You know, like, do whatever I think you're going to do, and I think I'll like it either way. Like, I used to be super picky, and now I'm not just because I know that. But if you're going into some place and you don't even know what they tattoo, like what you tattoo is like amazing, beautiful art, like it's crazy, and then they want some piece of shit garbage, like they obviously didn't do the research. They didn't look into it. Like, that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. And you can either show them what's available and what you can do.
Yeah.
Or... You know what I mean? And then some people, they've told 1,000 friends that's exactly what they're getting today, and they're stuck on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you can't change their mind.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
So kind of getting.
Do you actually have? Do you have flash that you hang on the wall? I don't remember. It's like I say, it was last year when I was at your shop, but I don't remember. Like, you don't have a whole lot of flash on the wall, do you?
No. We base on like a custom studio, so. I have custom designs and things that are just like one-offs that are ready to go, that I guess are like the modern day style of flash. Mm-hmm. But as far as like hearts and armbands and, you know, different styles of roses and reapers and things like that, we don't have a flash catalog or something you just pick off the wall.
Does that deter a lot of people when they come in? They're like, "Hey, can I just get this simple little thing?" And you're just like, "Yeah, that's cool." Or are you just kind of like, "Well, we do like bigger pieces that are like bold and beautiful and dark." Like, I know we asked that before. What don't you do? And you say you do everything, but like, do you feel like that kind of like, do you sift through clients that way, or do you just do like everybody walks in the door, you try to give them a really cool tattoo as much as possible, which is probably what you do.
I'm not able to as much because usually I'm booked. Like I book my time, so
Oh yeah.
if I have a cancellation or a reschedule, you know what I mean. I'm still hanging out at the shop, and somebody calls and says, "Hey, can I get this?" Come on down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But for like usually I'm not hanging out there waiting on walk-ins. I'm booked for the day, and that's why I'm there. That's what I'm doing, kind of deal.
So, are you usually booked pretty far in advance? How far are you booked usually?
I book up to 2 months.
Oh my god.
I don't like being booked out further than that.
Yeah. I
know. I got a few friends that are booked out like a year and a half and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if something happens, you got to push everything back that far, or however they juggle it. Man, good for them. I like having my projects set aside that I'm working on and having time for those to go through before I take on anything else. So usually I'll do about 2 months. Anything after that, I'll let you I'll soon be booking it, and I'll let you know you'll be first on the list.
How soon are you drawing up? How soon are you drawing up like a tattoo? So let's say you are booking it for a couple months. Are you so let's say you have a tattoo in a couple days. How far in advance are you drawing for that person for their tattoo?
Week and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. That makes sense. Like I would think like if someone was booking into like a year and a half, I know it's not the same category, but even for like the podcast, last year we were booking like 4 months in advance, but people would be asking, "Hey, can I come talk?" I'm like, "Well, it's December and I'm not booking till June." And it's like it's kind of like a detriment. And so we're thinking like we're kind of like changing, like we're trying to like not do it so far in advance because then people like they forget about it and then they don't show up. You message them the week before like, "Oh yeah, you guys took me booked me like 7 months ago." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And then it's like and then we scramble. We're like, "Okay, now we're a bunch of idiots." So don't do that. Then you can focus better on like the quality and the process and like coming up with like learning about the person a little bit. Have they been in interviews before? Should I ask them this question? Like we've done some crazy podcasts so far. Like, do you know the Cancer Bats?
Yeah.
So Liam came on and talked to us for like an hour and a half, and that was like it was a crazy one, and it was cool that he came on.
Jeremy was pissing his pants.
Well, I'm a huge fan. So like I did a lot of research.
Man, that dude is fucking rad.
He's fucking
Yeah.
rad.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He's super rad. It's a cool podcast.
Yeah, I met him after a show one time. He's fucking cool.
Dude, he's so cool.
Super nice guy.
So I did a lot of research. Like I made sure I didn't sound like an idiot. So that kind of guy, that caliber.
Yeah.
You know what? You don't want to be like, "Oh well, see you in a couple months." You want to be like, "Okay, I booked it, and I'm gonna do some research." You know, I don't want to like didn't want to ask the same bloody questions that some guy who had a shitty
what's your favorite ice cream cone?
Yeah. Yeah, what flavor
What's your favorite city to play, bro?
Yeah, bro.
What's your favorite Tiger King character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the quality and the process, like I admire that. I so far all the answers you've given me, you're an admirable guy. You do good work and you got a good heart behind what you do. I don't know you that well, but you seem like a pretty rad guy yourself. So
I appreciate it, man. Right back at you.
Yeah, I'm
I think with like and with if I'm to draw something like 3 months in advance. I mean, I not that I don't get things ready in advance like that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna change. Like I'm an artist, and as I get gets closer to the appointment, you're gonna get the best me. Mm-hmm. The closer to the work, that's the most experience I have drawing and tattooing.
Yeah. So
for me to draw something 3 months in advance and just let it sit there, I'm gonna make changes, you know. And by the time I get around to you know what I mean, to doing the final, by the time it's in a position that I think it's ready to be a final, there's all kinds of things that I'm going to change or want to do differently, you know what I mean? Or experiment with something completely different. You think differently every day. Yeah. You try different things.
Mm-hmm. Ernie, did you have a question?
I know the... What's that?
I interrupted you. You had a question?
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I was just going to say, I know just from dealing with you personally, like the coolest part is going in and talking with you about my idea for this and then listening to your spin on it as a professional, obviously, and then going, here's some references. Tell me what you think about these. Like you were showing me some graffiti ones that, like, I'm looking at those characters for that cover up, and just like and it's nice, like you say, to have that reference to go, you know, go online, see what you think of this, and we can work off of that and come up with something that you're really gonna like. Is that something that you use a lot as you go? Okay, use this as a reference, and that you use like the social media more like as a reference, or something more that you would draw.
Yeah, I like to use it as a reference. It's easier to bring up things that I'm trying to convey to somebody with a visual picture, because that's how I am. I'm a visual. They call it a visual learner. Mm-hmm. For me to see it is a lot easier than, you know what I mean, just to explain it to somebody, and then I got to put it together in my head. So if I can bring that up while I'm throwing out whatever bullshit, trying to talk somebody into something, it's much easier to, you know what I mean. That way I can point to things and show them what I mean by that, because I do pictures. For me to verbally say it doesn't always sound as good, you know what I mean, as it does in my head when I'm saying it to somebody else.
Yeah, but the proofs in I hate using these terms. Proofs in the pudding. When someone looks just simply at your Instagram, they can see what the product you're putting out. So it's like, it's not just pictures. Like, yeah, it's like amazing. Yeah. So after the corona, after all this stuff, what do you got? Do you have any big plans? Like, obviously you probably had plans for the summer, but now we're all in limbo. Like, what did you have in the background? Like, what did you have going on for the future?
Last week I was supposed to be in Jamaica for the first time ever. Never been to Jamaica. Haven't taken a vacation.
It's so beautiful.
That wasn't work related in 8 years, man.
Oh no!
Where are you going?
Traveling, but usually it's work related. I get to finish put in some fun stuff. I booked a trip to Jamaica. Didn't end up happening.
Where in Jamaica were you going? Sorry.
Negril.
Oh,
beautiful.
I went to Montego Bay.
Yeah. Man, everybody's like, "Oh, Jamaica's the best. Jamaica's the best." So I was like, "Cool." I've been to Panama.
And you
I've been to Mexico.
would love it.
Yeah, and I just I was eating jerk chicken on the beach. I love jerk.
Love jerk chicken. I gotta go to Jamaica too. We
So
should all go to
good.
Jamaica. Why don't we just go to Jamaica? Come on.
Okay, Sunday, let's go to Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
And we'll watch Tiger King.
The whole way.
Both ways.
Nothing's gonna get me beach drunk and ready like Tiger King.
Yep. But what else? What else did you have like plans for the summer or shop stuff?
Shop wise.
Nothing much for the summer. We have a convention in Calgary, October. So if that's still on, we'll see. Mm-hmm. This is my beautiful girlfriend.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Nice to see ya. We've been talking for like the last 2 hours. It's been going pretty good.
He's nice to talk to.
Yeah, he's a really rad guy.
Yeah, for the summer I didn't have a lot on the go because, like I said, I just got a place here, so I'll be doing yard work and fucking, you know what I mean, domesticate shit.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
So your clients that you had booked for now, have most of them, have they just said, you know what, we'll wait and see how it goes, or have you had a lot of cancellations?
I had to cancel and rebook everybody, and I don't even have a date to give anybody
right
as of yet, you know, because they just pushed it to another 28 days, a few days.
Yeah, we're
ago.
till the middle of May now, right?
Middle of May. So, I just get sitting waiting, and then I can start booking people once I have a for sure date back.
Well, as soon as your doors are open, man, I'm coming.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you about a cover up. So, and that's like right there. Like if you're booked a year and a half in advance, like this kind of thing, like unprecedented, of course. But just the fact that it's like you're pushing back all those people. You're gonna have to contact all those people, and like who knows how long this is gonna go on for, like 4 months. So like all those people that you've booked for the next year and a half, you gotta call. You have to reorganize. Like that's just too far. That just seems silly to me. That seems so silly. It just seems ridiculous.
And stressful.
Yeah.
Like imagine this wasn't a worldwide pandemic. You know what I mean? That everybody's like, oh, I get it. Mm-hmm. It's just you sick. So like it's just your problem now.
Yeah, it's everybody's problem.
Nobody's understanding at that point, or not so much, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's the not to get on the COVID stuff because everybody's been talking about it, but it's like there seems to be more people just like an understanding and a little bit more friendliness. I feel like people just in general, like a back and forth. They can't say, oh, you know, how's it going? Everybody says, well, I'm busy. Well, now you're not. Now you're not doing anything. So that busyness is like over. So we got you know, what are we in, like 4 weeks? We're 4 weeks deep into this COVID stuff, so people just like, I feel like, I hope people can hold on to the change that I've seen. I don't know if you guys have seen it as well, but I've seen people just being like genuinely nicer, and like people doing like we did a family FaceTime for the first time ever, like all of us just hanging out,
cool.
which was cool.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff I'm seeing more and more. I hope we can, like, people can in general like hold on to that kind of,
Would
like,
you hope you don't have to go see your family face to face? You can just do it on the computer.
so much easier. So much easier. Yeah.
No doubt, man.
Yeah,
You
man.
don't have to get dressed up. You don't have to wear pants if you keep it above the waist.
Waist up,
Nana?
waist up.
Nana has to wear pants.
No, you in front of, like, anyway.
Oh,
So
No, yeah, what area of town you live in? Because my end of town, I had the poor lady at the grocery store. I was like, people are.
She wasn't wearing pants?
So rude. No, people are just rude. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because like they get all up. I noticed a lot of people just kind of like in their own world about it, and at a time when you should be coming together and
Right.
understanding of people's needs and things like that. I don't know.
No,
I saw
I
a fight in Walmart.
completely agree. You see the two extremes. It's the crazy people. Like, I'm sitting there like whistling and like humming and stuff and just having a good time. My wife's like, you know, people are looking. Like, you're being too friendly. I'm like, come on. Like, this is like not
And
like
I'm trying too hard. I'm trying too hard lately as well to be overly nice and
Like,
around.
hello there.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yeah.
and don't cough. Dear God,
Yes.
don't cough.
Yeah.
No cough.
I was
In the line at the LCBO. Some kid turned around. I was like, can you back up a little bit, please?
No.
He told me I was pushing up on him too much, and I was like,
Getting a little nervous there, pal.
Okay.
Tap the brakes. Let's see that ID, buddy.
yeah,
Like, sorry.
Yeah. This one's a minor. Let's get him out.
yeah.
Back of the line. Am I too close? No, you're not in the line at all. How about that?
I was like, okay, like, what can I do? I was like, yeah.
Oh boy. That's and
You get the
and,
measuring tape. Just get the
like,
app.
it's
and
like,
be
well, what are you gonna
just be
do?
Like, there, I just checked. You're 6 feet. Calm
Like,
down.
You got a busy afternoon at work? Like, what are you doing after work? Like, yeah, that's funny. So I usually ask everybody, so like, what's going on like right now, but people are doing nothing. That's what's going on right now. People are doing nothing. But I guess the question is,
well, what's going on?
What's going on
is-
right now is waiting for quads to come back up on Plunder. I got the message today. They took Plunder quads off of Call of Duty. So
Oh, they did? I do a lot of solos, I'll be honest. It's rock solos, and I find it a lot of
Yeah.
fun. But it is what it is. So, how can people get a hold of your stuff? Get a hold of you, contact you, book for when this COVID's done?
Instagram at
Instagram.
Darryl Weibe Art.
That's
Email Darryl Weibe at hotmail.com. That's WIEB.
It's not web, but weeb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care how you say it.
And they-
Just show up with your wallet.
They come down to the shop.
got money?
Make hands, high fives.
Call me anything you want.
Yeah.
Just don't call me late for no. 'cause,
Stupid. Don't say that. Don't say that. Anyway, guys, this has been a blast. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Darryl, thanks for coming on the podcast, man. We got to have you back on.
Thanks, man.
Anytime. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, guy.
Well, we're gonna hang
and
out Sunday.
I'm
We gotta-
serious,
we have-
you guys wanna do that the part 2 Tiger King? You let me know.
Yeah. We'll let you know. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Can you do that on Facebook?
So I'm going to look at the logistics.
Just one person. One
No,
person has
no.
to be recording.
No. Everybody basically logs onto their own Netflix, and then we all watch the video at the same time. But I don't know if there's video. Like we can't. I don't know if we can see each other watching it, or if it's like a chat, or if there's audio. I don't know. There's no point if there's no audio because we can't laugh together.
No, there's a thing.
Yeah,
there's a
no,
thing on
we're here to
Facebook.
tear it. We're here to
We're
tear
gonna rip it
down,
up.
So
Yeah.
Let's-
We're ripping
Well,
that thing apart.
Ernie's really good at looking into this kind of stuff. He'll look into the logistics, and then we'll send her your way.
all right.
Darryl, man.
Sounds wicked. You guys
Cheers.
stay safe.
Yeah. Be
Thank you
healthy.
so
You too,
much.
buddy.
Yeah. All the best. See you later, guys. Have
See
fun
you
drinking
later.
beers. Cheers.